This is Inslee. She's my best friend, and she's 18, and I'm gonna interview her. Hey, Inslee.
Hey, Raleigh.
Okay,
Wait, are you
so
videoing
yeah.
on your phone? Okay.
Okay, so when did you go to the protest?
It was like, I don't remember what day it was, but it was the first week of last June.
Okay. Where was it?
It was at the Morgan County Courthouse.
Okay.
Why are you smiling?
Cause you're just so funny. Okay, so oh, like how many people were there?
There was like 200 to 300 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a good bit of people.
Was it peaceful?
Yeah, nobody was like, the police were there, but nobody was like harassing anyone or anything. It was peaceful.
Were they like chanting?
Yeah, everyone had signs and stuff, and they were just like lined up down the road.
Was it incredible?
I mean, yeah, it was good that it wasn't like, what's the word? I don't know. It was peaceful.
No, we're still going.
Okay.
Okay. So, what do you think about like police brutality?
Well, most of my family think that it's not really, like, they think that, like, Black people are not brutalized by the police, but I completely disagree. I definitely think that they're racially profiled 100%.
Yes. So, you think that like okay. You think that like the murder of George Floyd was like 100% like racially motivated?
I definitely, yeah, 100%. It was 100% wrong. Even I've heard some people even say that there was nothing wrong with it because since he was saying that he couldn't breathe, that he could breathe because he was talking. But I definitely disagree. There's been multiple times where I could not breathe and still could sit there and say, I can't breathe. Like, if you can't breathe, you can't breathe. He died from asphyxiation. So 100%, there was no right to any of that.
Yes. Exactly.
It was a dog. I'm sorry. Okay, go.
Okay. What do you think about the ones that like turned into riots?
So I have multiple opinions on that. I think that in the certain area where George Floyd was killed, I really can't say that I think it's wrong because I'm not in that position. I don't know how these people feel. I've never been racially profiled. I'm a white girl. Like, obviously, police are not going to racially profile me, but you have to put yourself in their shoes and think what you would think if you were a Black person. And obviously, I'll never be able to understand what it feels like to be Black, but I definitely think that if someone in my community was killed because of the color of their skin, they have the right to act crazy until justice is served. Now, I don't 100% agree that it's right to just go around burning down buildings that people have worked their whole lives to start their own businesses and stuff. I don't think that that's 100% right. But at the same time, like, in a community like that, if something like that happens and people are just saying that like he's not getting justice, like, I mean, what else can you do besides tear stuff down and act crazy until what you think is right happens?
Yeah. So,
Raleigh, you can stop.
I'm trying to think of a question. Oh, what do you think about people saying like all lives matter?
Okay, I think that when people say that, it's literally like, okay, I don't agree with it at all. I think that Black Lives Matter was a movement to not say that black people were better than white people, to say that they also matter, that they are not, that, like, basically it was a movement started for black people because they are looked down upon because of all the racial profiling going on. And then white people, white conservative people, just started this movement to just like basically go against it just for no reason. Like, what was the point in that? Like, obviously all lives matter, but that wasn't the point in saying Black Lives Matter. They were saying Black lives are also important too. Black lives should also be treated just as equally as everyone else should. And now people are going around saying all lives matter, basically just going against the Black Lives Matter movement. I just think that it's wrong.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a protest against the protest, which is stupid. What do you think about when people say, like, defund the police?
Okay, so there's a lot of, like, different thoughts on that, and I don't think when people say defund the police, they mean that we should no longer have police officers. But all of the money and stuff that goes into, like, what's it called? I don't know. But basically, the police need to have way more training than they do. They should not have as much power as they do. I don't think that they, basically, all the black people that are getting killed, police officers rarely go to jail for that. Like, they rarely do. They're not judged like a black person would be judged. They're held higher than everyone else in the society because they're police officers, and I think that's wrong. I think they should be treated just as equally as everyone else. They should not have the right to just kill someone just because, maybe if they're in danger, but even if someone breaks the law, they should not have the right to just kill them.
Yeah.
They wouldn't kill me, and I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
But then there's innocent black people who have to get worried about getting pulled over because they're speeding. And I know and if I get pulled over because I'm speeding, I'm not going to be worried at all that I died. But I've been in cars with a black person, and he has refused to drive because he's scared that if we get pulled over, he's going to get killed.
That's terrible.
You know Jalen Taylor? He won't drive.
Really? Like, at all?
He will not drive. I have to drive.
Like, he will not drive no matter what?
He will drive his car, but if I'm riding with him, he will not drive.
That's insane. I don't blame him at all.
I just think that the police should not. I just don't like the police at all, period. I just don't.
I don't either. What about whenever they say blue lives matter?
Okay, I have many thoughts on this. A blue life is not even a thing. So I have this picture in my camera roll, and it says there's no such thing as a blue life. You can choose to be a cop. You can't choose to be black. And that's 100% true. You can choose what path you go on as your career or whatever, but you can't choose your skin color. And these people are looked down upon because of something they're born with, but you can choose to be a police officer. A police life is not a thing. It's not a thing. A blue life, it's just ridiculous. Just like all lives matter, it's just the same thing, just basically going against Black Lives Matter, and I think it's ridiculous. I don't think a blue life even exists.
Exactly. Well, this is awkward.
Raleigh?
We'll just spit some more facts, Inslee. You have 2 minutes left. Actually, you have 30 seconds left. Actually, we can just end it now. Thanks for the interview.